So, all right. So we did the first one, and it turned into a little bit of a rant. But hopefully it produced some juicy stuff, and hopefully I wasn't too loud. So now I have a special treat for you, which is a story that I've often thought about and told myself in passing, and to keep myself, I don't know, just thinking of perspectives and things like that. So what aliens really see when they look at Earth, when they look at our planet and stuff. So rather than starting the premise of the character of the aliens, rather than setting up the character of the aliens as having some kind of history and ongoing, let's think about ones that are experiencing and seeing and coming into contact with the planet Earth for the first time. Explorers, scouts, I mean, they've seen a lot of stuff, whatever, but all right, they hit they had another great payday, and cruising around and hanging around the Milky Way. They run into our solar system, and they see our planet Earth and stuff. So they see this. It's not hard to see Earth, right? So they see this glowing planet, a great color. It gives you a great feeling, the great color. And they're looking at it, and they're seeing it, and they're like, wow, look at that. That place is, that planet is electric. Look at it, it's crackling, it's sparkling, it's sparking. Let's head over there, man. This is definitely a good sign, right? Look at that transistor. Look at that place. Woo! Resistance. Anyway, no, reverse. So, aliens have arrived into our solar system, and they see the planet Earth, and the planet Earth is crackling, it's sparkling. They see it. It's blue, the blue marble, right? And stuff. And they're like, wow, look at that place. It's just that's one hell of a current right there. That's one hell of a sparking potential right there. Let's turn in. Let's go head over and take a look and go see. So the aliens are now. They're coming closer. They're getting closer. They're approaching the planet. They're still in outer space, but approaching the planet, and they get closer and closer, and they can see the movement. They can see the atmosphere. They can see the ozone, the ionosphere, and stuff like that. They see, oh, there's look at the. They could see the outer atmospheres and stuff like that, and they could see this highly charged. This is a highly charged place, and they're like, well, we're no strangers to highly charged places. Of course not. Being on a stellar scale and understanding stars and stuff like that, you would completely understand electricity. You would have a very good understanding of electricity, and then understanding the electromagnetic relationship. Then once you combine those two, how gases and stuff behave, how elements behave under pressure, and the electromagnetic relationship, and combined with that, you'd be an expert on electricity in a way, right? Anyway, in many ways. Anyway, so they're getting closer and closer, so they see this planet, and it's highly charged, and it's crackling, and it's buzzing, and it's full of radiation, and it's radiating, it's radiant, it's absorbing, it's currents, and they would see all these electrical currents because the whole sphere, it's loaded with different ranges of currents and stuff. So as they got closer and closer in now, and they're very excited, they're like, well, this is very excited. Look at this ball of electricity. Look at this outlet. Look at this outlet. I wonder what's on there. I mean, when you have electricity, that you have things can happen, right? That's what these aliens know. So the aliens are approaching, and as they get closer, and the planet gets larger, and they're starting to see closer. They're starting to see these structures. They're seeing the geological structures. First off, they can see geological structures, and they certainly can see the geological structures having a dynamic and an intricate relationship to the currents, the charges of the planet. Okay? And they would just be knocked off their socks and giddy by seeing, whoa, well, there's polar, they have polar charges. So what is this? This is an electric generator. What is this planet? This planet is amazing. Look at it. And they would see one of the largest conduits of electricity, and they would see our water. They would see our air, and they would see our water, and they would say, "Holy moly!" I said, "That's some circuit." We've seen circuits like that before, actually, and that's always been good. It's always had good things. So, as they get even closer, boom, they hit the payday. They start to see construction. They start to see construction, and they start to see circuitry, constructed circuitry. What is the constructed circuitry that they would see? Okay, buildings. Not like we think right now for us in terms of a circuit, and moving a current, voltage, charging the electron. Exciting the electron. How could you not seize the opportunity to say that? Exciting the electron. Under pressure. Everything performs great under pressure, right? Till it pops. But there's many ways we can talk about what electricity is. Just being a little bit facetious there and having fun. So they see these buildings, right? But when we're in the sky, we see these buildings, we see the concrete. Okay, we see a lot more of the earthen, right? But they don't. When they come and as they approach, and they're seeing all of these structures, and for every single structure, they see electricity around it and through it. Okay? Not in some philosophical sense, but literally, in every celled wall that we surround ourselves with, and outside as well, we have electricity, current, a charge running through everything, through all of our outlets. So they would see this. They would see all of these buildings. They would see all of these places. They would look outside. They would see all of our poles. They would see all of those wires. They could see underground. They would see millions and millions of cables of electricity of going to and from. It'd just be amazing. They would just see an entire planet of circuitry. That entire planet of electricity buzzing and charging and on fire. This would excite them very much. And as they got closer into the buildings, they could see. They're like, wow, it's like, as we get closer, it's like we have a natural microscope. And they could see the cells, which are really just the rooms of our apartments and our homes. But they don't know that. They see cells. All these different cells. Like when we look under a microscope, they see all of these cells, and in every cell it's charged. It's loaded with sodium. It's loaded with ions. It's loaded with all types of particles and charged, and the particles are being acted upon and directed upon specifically. They're not just in a random state, they're specifically ordered. There's an order to it, which explains the construction, the circuitry. This is a circuitry. This is an intentional circuitry. And then, so you understand that. You understand what they're saying. When you see what I'm getting at. When you're coming down, you're looking. We keep thinking aliens are going to come down here, and we keep thinking they're going to see these same exact things we see right away. Okay, no. They're going to see an entire planet of electricity beaming and bursting with current. Bursting with it. And as they got a little bit closer, they would notice the nucleus in every cell, or in every collection of cells, network of cells. Meaning, they'd look at a house, and at any given moment, maybe one person is in the house, maybe when people are there. At any given moment when somebody is there, when the house is occupied, there might be one person in the house, there might be a couple of people in the house. Okay, they would see these nuclei, right? and it moving around. And when they looked specifically at the nucleus, us, they would see a charge in that as well. Holy cow. They would see the generator. And they would see the what? The AV nodes, the little electrical, right? Because your heart just doesn't pump out of nowhere. It's involved with electricity. That's right.